Hey everybody, welcome to week 4 of shivsfit lockdown challenge. This week we are doing 40 minutes hits. We started with 10 minutes in week 1, 20 week 2, last week was 30, this week is 40. It's going to be 20 minutes of cardio and 20 minutes of abs. It's not going to be easy, I'm not going to lie to you. We're going to start really hard this week, and at the end of the week we're going to finish as we mean to go on beyond 4 week lockdown challenge. So we have done this exercise before, this routine before, if you stuck with me over the last couple of weeks. So we're going to do this again. I'm going to use some little weights. I found these 5 pound weights that my mum must have bought at some point in one of the rooms. So I'm going to use these. You can use some tinned goods if you don't have little weights, or you can do the exercises without weights. It's entirely up to you. But remember, before we get started, make sure you've done a warm up to get the body nice and warm. Put your palms together or your dumbbells together if you have them. Make your intention for this class, for this week, for the rest of your life, and hold on to that intention and then just let it go. You don't need to keep hold of that tightly. You just need to ask for it, let the universe provide it to you. When it shows up, receive it, just let it go. Set it and forget it. That's what we say when you are manifesting your own reality. Okay, I'm going to show you the exercises that we're going to do, and you can do these with me. This will also sort of get you nice and warm, in addition to the warm up that you've done. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to set my little timer going. We're going to do 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest. We're doing 5 exercises 4 times around. Now, if you've done this over the last 3 weeks, last week we did 3 times around. What's one more round? It's nothing. You'll be able to handle it easily. So the first one we're going to do is our bend and snap. Okay, I'll show you from the front and I'll show you from the side. So this is where I have a nice sort of shoulder width stance of the legs. Squat down with your weights or your tins, and then you want to come up on your tiptoes, do an upright row and thrust your hips forward. So this is what it looks like from the side. We squat down and then we come up. Okay, so we do a bend and snap. Okay, that's exercise number 1. The second one is a straightforward lunge. So we're going to start on the right foot, same leg every time. So we just do a step forward and back, step forward and back. Number 3 is going to be a shoulder raise. If you don't have a weight, just do it without the weight. It's all good. Or use a tin, a book, anything you have at hand in your house to up the ante if you can. If not, don't worry. So we're going to do a lateral raise. I want you to have a little crook in the arm as you do these lat raises. Bring it to shoulder height, not beyond. We're not trying to fly out of the room. Just bring it up to shoulder height and down. Make sure that the wrist is straight. You don't want to break the wrist. None of this going on. You want the wrist to be straight, up and down. On the side, it looks like this, okay? Okay, that's on the right side. Number 3, we've done these before as well. These are our twisting balances. Twisting standing balance, let's call it that. So what we do is right hand to left foot. Then when we do the second round, it'll be left hand to the outside of the right foot. So, but we're just going to stick to one side, and then in the next round, we'll do the other side. So this side, we're going to start on the balancing on the left leg with the right hand, twist down, and touch the outside of the opposite foot. So what you want to do is bring your lifted leg back behind you as you twist. These are really, really good for balance. They're actually quite difficult to do. You need a lot of core strength to do these. And then third will be a renegade row. So renegade row is a press up, which you can do with your weights if you want to, or just do them without. And I'll show you what that looks like without. You do a standard press up, and as you come up, you want to row in to the chest. So bring the hand to the chest. You want the elbow nice and tight into the chest, then press and row. If you've got weights, you can do these where you do press and then row. Okay, those are our 5 exercises. We're going to do those 4 times around. I'm going to quickly show you what the abs exercises are as well. We're going to start off by doing a wall pusher, one of my favorites, but with a 90-degree lift in the legs. So 90 degrees, lift up with the head and shoulders, head, neck and shoulders, and push towards whatever is in front of you. Second will be a reverse crunch. Done this many times. You can do this if you've got a weight or can. You can stick that between the knees, press on that. You need a bit more balance than that than I've got here. Or maybe do it this way, just for a little added extra something. Third will be a bicycle row. If you can lift the legs off the floor, then do. If you want something a bit more beginner style, where you want to ease off a little, keep the legs on the floor and just do opposite elbow to opposite knee, opposite elbow to opposite knee. Number 4 will be a figure 8, and I'll show you this from the side. So head, neck and shoulders on the floor, bring the knees up to 90 degrees, and what you want to do is just with the knees, circle a figure 8 in the air and just keep going like that for 40 seconds. And then number 5 will be a standard elbow plank for 40 seconds. Those are our 5 abs exercises. We are going to start with, just get rid of that notification there. And we're going to start with our bend and snap. I'm going to get the timer going and we're going to get moving immediately with our bend and snap. Remember, you want to, if you can, try and come up on your tippy toes. That's a good one for the calves. So when you bend down, feel that in the arse. Snap up with an upright row. Thrust the hips forward, show you from the side. Breathe in on the way down, out on the way up. Might not feel like much right now, but 4 rounds of this, and you will feel that. Okay, rest for 20 seconds. First 40 seconds down. Second will be our lunge forward. Start with the right leg. I'm going to hold on to both of my weights here. If you don't have any weights, just do them without. Forward and back. I'll show you from the side. Get a good squeeze in the glutes. Keep the body upright as you lunge forward. Focusing on the right knee forward. Second round will be left. Third one will be right. One more. Fourth round will be left. Okay, 20 seconds of rest. And then we move into our shoulder raises. So this one I'm just going to put down here. Don't really need that. You could actually keep hold of that weight and just keep it static here if you want while you do a raise. But we're not going to do that today. So let's just raise. Really focus on bringing your mind to your shoulder. Remember, don't break the wrist. Show you this from the back. Nice, straight posture. You'll start to really feel that. And rest. Okay, number 4 Already number 4. Speeding through this today, setting us up for the week, waiting until it's Friday again. Okay, now we're going to do our standing twists, starting with the right side, bend down to the outside of the left leg and come up. Need a lot of focus on the core here, particularly the obliques as you do this. Try to relax. Seems to be the opposite of what you want to do, but the more that you tense the body up to try to maintain balance, the more likely you are to go off balance. I was just checking my timer because I feel like the time's going by really quickly, and I was like, did I set that for 40 seconds? But I certainly did. So we are speeding through this, and we're going to go with our renegade rows now for 40 seconds. So 1, just double checking. I definitely did do that for 40 seconds. Must be because I'm talking so much. Remember, if you don't have weights, just do a normal press up. If you need to do these from the knees, do them from the knees. 1 more. Do whatever you need to do to keep going. That's round 1 down. 3 to go. We're going to start again with our bend and snap. Okay, ready? Start standing up, bend, snap, bend, snap, bend. Remember, you squeeze the arse as you come up. Give the calves a little squeeze too. That will bring you off balance there. And then we're into our lunges on the left side. Notice that my asthma is getting a bit worse here. I'm in Epsom in Surrey, the countryside of the UK, which is where I grew up. It's very green, very high pollen count here. That's why left side lunge and back. And so, used to suffer from terrible hay fever when I was younger, but not so much in New York, which is where I have been for the last 15 years. Its pollen count is not so high in Manhattan. Thinking about all my friends in Manhattan right now. 1 more, and all the key workers there, hospitals, doctors, nurses, sanitation workers, grocery store employees, all keeping New York going. Left side raises, very tough place to be at the moment. I know everyone is anxious to get out of Groundhog Day, get back to work, get the economy up and running, but still so many unknowns about this virus, about who's got it, who's had it, who's immune, what the chances are of catching it again, and rest. And then we're going to go to our twisting side things. So many unknowns about this virus, as I was saying, so better to be safe than sorry. Health is wealth, okay? Almost there. And rest. Now we're down on the floor for our renegade rows. That's a really good balance exercise and core exercise. I would have hoped as a tennis player, my balance would have been better than that. Probably shows you how long it's been since I played. All right, let's go. So down, row. Almost there with this one. And rest. And so we can start with our bend and snaps. Every time I'm doing a press up into the floor, I can see how much dog hair is on this carpet. I did try to hoover this before the session, bend and snap. Clearly, need a more powerful hoover. Or I just need to shave all of Ben's hair off. I'm not really going to do that. And rest. Okay, back to right side lunges. I think I've figured out why this feels like it's going so quickly. It's because I didn't do a HIIT session over the weekend. I just did some weights with the little weight that I've got here that I was just looking at, and some resistance bands. So the last time I did HIIT was here on Friday, and if you did that session, you remember I messed up the timer. So we were doing 40 seconds of work with 30 seconds of rest, because I can't count. Okay, hand rest. And then we're back with our right arm raises. And so now we're doing 40 seconds and 20 seconds. I think that's why it's feeling like it's going so quickly. Okay, I'm going to keep this one up this time, just for a bit of a challenge. If you don't have any weight, but you feel like doing that too, then you can just keep it shoulder height. Why not, eh? This routine is the one that I do when I really want to punish myself. If I've gone out and I'm really hungover the next day, then I always force myself to do this in the gym because it's an absolute killer. But I do it with and rest. but I do it with like 15-pound weights. In my years ago, when I lived in Chelsea in New York, I was doing them with 20 and even 25. Can't imagine how I did that now. It's a very, very tough one. Okay, we're going to do our side, opposite hand to outside of opposite foot twists. Really feel that going down your core as you twist down. Try and maintain the balance. You also feel that on both sides, obviously. 5 seconds here. One more and rest. Okay, back with our renegade rows. Press ups. Then one more round of cardio. And then we are on to our abs. So 2 seconds and let's go. Want to really try and keep the body straight as you're rowing up. I'm sometimes sort of leaning to the side. Don't really want to be doing that. But this is also one where you have to really use your core. One more. Okay. 3 rounds down. 1 to go. Starting with our renegade rows, lat raises, lunges, twists, and rows. Starting with a bend and snap. Almost done here. One more. 2 more. 1 more now. And rest. And then we're back with our lat raises. Don't really remember the order that we did them in. You can see how tough it is. I'm having to have a little rest. Taking full advantage of that 20 seconds rest. Last time around for the cardio. And 1 more and done. So now we'll do our lunges on the left side and then our twists, our rows, and then we'll get down for abs. Okay, 3 seconds, lunges on the left side. Let's go. Last one. Okay, good. Now we're going to do our left arm to right foot twists. That's all right. Left, right, yeah. And then rows. Okay, let's go. Heavy from the side here. It's tricky, this one. Imagine your abs, your core being made of steel, like a piece of armor, and rest. That's keeping you from getting off balance. Okay, last session of renegade rows. Then we're going to go into wall pushers with legs at 90 degrees. Last time around here, let's go. Almost done here. One more. Oh, that was tough. Right, put those to one side. At least we get to be lying down on the floor, crunching those abs. So legs at 90 degrees, head, neck, shoulders up, and push. God, really blowing now. And rest. Okay, second one, head, neck, shoulders on the floor. Gonna do a reverse crunch. I'm gonna stick my weight between my knees and let's go. Now, it's right around this point, you might be thinking, I can't be asked to do another 3 rounds of this, but once we are round through round 1 and we start round 2, I promise you it's going to go by so much more quickly. I'm just going to turn this up so I can hear it while I'm on the ground. Okay, next exercise is bicycles. Okay, let's go. Both legs off the floor if you can. If you can't, keep them planted. Do opposite elbow to opposite knee. That is also effective. Breathing nice and controlled. Remember, you're a bit lucky, so you don't have to talk while you're doing this. One more. I'm really, really feeling those abs now. Okay, gonna do our figure eights. So legs up and then make a figure eight in the sky and let's go. Head, neck, and shoulders on the floor. You can even go the other way around if you want. Want to keep the knees together. And rest. Oh my gosh. Okay, and now we're going to flip over for our standard elbow plank. All right. And then we're back to our wall pushers with legs at 90 degrees. Okay, I'm really, 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 really feeling those abs now. And then a couple of more reallys in there as well. I like doing abs at the end of the workout because I think as it allows you to sort of come down, you're still really exercising the abs and helps you get even more of a sweat on. Because during the course of a workout that you've done, whether you're doing weights or cardio, of course, you're focusing your mind on the muscle you're working, but you are naturally working other muscles in the body too. So your abs are really kind of getting a 40-minute workout through this. 20 concentrated and 20 as a byproduct and rest of everything else that you've been doing. Okay, next one is our reverse crunch. So we're already in round 2 now. This is going to go by quickly. If you can do 1 round, you can do 2. If you can do 2, you can do 3. If you can do 3, you can do 4, and probably more. Almost done with this one. 1 more, and rest. Then we're going to do our bicycle crunches, and then figure of 8, and then plank, and repeat. Okay, bicycle crunches, let's go. If you can do these slowly, be even more powerful. Into camera here. Doesn't matter if my feet go out of shot. You already know what my feet look like. and rest. Okay, next up, figure of eights. So we still get to lie down for a bit. Take full advantage of that 20 seconds, which is up right now. Figure of eights right here. See how wide you can make this. Now you don't want to be rocking all over the place with your back and your hips. Try and keep the back pressed into the floor. Makes it extra hard, which is the point. Imagine you're really carving out that V shape from wide to narrow. That typical kind of abs V shape you'll see from chest to stomach. You'll start seeing them really popping at the end of this week. Okay, so next up, elbow plank. Let's go right now. Remember, look at the floor. Don't look up or anything. You don't want to stress the neck. Keep the knees soft. Keep the bum tight. Squeeze the abs into the back of the spine. Almost done with this one here. And rest. Okay. Prefer shorter rest sessions because definitely makes it feel like it's going by more quickly. All right, wall pushers. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay. Next up, reverse crunch. I'm going to do with my handy little 5-pound weight. You can introduce most abs exercises, introduce weight into those exercises. Medicine balls are great for doing some abs exercises. Even a dumbbell, a couple of dumbbells if you have them. You can always modify abs to add a bit of an extra weight to stress the abs even more. And rest. Okay, next up is bicycles. Bicycles, figure of eight, and then plank. I might do mine with the feet on the ground, actually. Actually, no, you know what? Let's go for it. The biggest thing about these type of length of hits is to keep going mentally. Gets to sort of like round 3 and like a bit bored now. I know what's coming. I'm not going to work as hard. That's the mental strength that we need right there. And rest. It's a bit like running a marathon. I ran the New York Marathon in 2010, and I'm not a long distance runner. I've always been a sprinter, but I found that by like mile 19, I was like, I'm just really bored. Okay, figure of eights, but you just keep one foot going in front of the other, go a little bit on autopilot, get into that meditative state, and then you get to the end. The hardest bit I found about the marathon actually was in New York, you come into Central Park towards the end of it. So you've done like 26 miles and you've still got that 0.2 to go. And you get to that stage and you're like, really, still got like 0.2 to go. And I really thought, God, and rest. Now this is just like taking the mick. Like I'm really bored now. But I saw so many of my friends in Central Park who came running out. And they're like, you're almost there, go. And so, of course, I did it. And it was great fun. What an experience, which has never been repeated. Okay, now we're going to do our plank. Me talking too much. But luckily, you know how to do this. I did quite enjoy doing half marathons, I will say. I think that kind of middle distance could have been for me, but I always preferred sprinting, always enjoyed sprinting, which obviously is very good for tennis, where you do short, sharp bursts of activity mainly on the court. Okay, last round of abs right here. Well done, you stuck with me through this whole thing. 40 minutes every day this week. We're going to mix it up a little bit. Let's do our wall pushes. Let's go. How many can you do in 40 seconds? That was 46 for me. Got to try and beat that next time. Okay. Now we're back to reverse crunch. Last set of reverse crunches here. And let's go. Last one. And that's it for reverse crunches, at least for today. So next up, we've got bicycle crunches. Last one of these. Let's go. Exhale as you come up. Try to touch a shoulder to the knee, using your oblique to bring you from side to side. Almost there. and rest. Okay, 2 more exercises to go, and then we're done. Going to do our figure eights, plank, then you can go drink a nice big glass of water, have some nice food. For me, it'll be kind of lunchtime. Really see if you can squeeze, particularly the lower abs here. As you move from side to side, then you'll really feel them as you come down in here. Because you're using abs, remember, you're not using your legs to do this figure eight, if that makes sense. All right. And we are at the end of our first 40-minute workout of lockdown challenge. After this last 40 seconds of plank hold, and make sure knees are soft, squeeze your bum, visualize on like zipping those abs up from the pelvis to just below the chest. If you're trying to squeeze those together from either side and pull them back into the back of the spine. Breathing's nice and controlled. 3, 2, 1, and rest. I almost can't believe that was 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest, because that seemed to go by so quickly. But it definitely was, because I'm not that much of a numpty. I can count most of the time. All right, I'm going to have my drink over there. Here's Ben, who's come to say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Camera's over there. Thank you for spending 40 minutes with me. Make your intention stick, not just for today or this week, but on an ongoing basis. Stay safe, and I'll see you here again tomorrow.